All right, welcome back to Kimball's Corner, where he's breaking pencils.
Listen, it was my first casualty. Welcome back to Kimball's Corner, just sharpening. I'm curious, because normally I sharpen these pencils downstairs, and now I'm sharpening with a different pencil sharpener, which that's probably not great. It's time to take off a lot of wood, but whatever.
Do you want me to grab a different pencil sharpener?
No.
I'll do that for you.
I don't want you
I'll
to.
do that for you.
Welcome back to Kimball's Corner, where today we're going to be using some colored pencils. So, I am going to do a couple with my Jane Davenport Skincare Magic Wands. They come in this package. It's just like a sleeve that goes over this tin.
Wow.
And I love them. They're lovely. These are the original colored pencils. Now, these ones have a lot. I don't know why I have to open it when the colors are right there on the front.
Because we need to know that they're there.
There they are.
Which ones do you like the most, I wonder?
Well, out of the colors here?
It's random. I would not guess that brown would be the color you choose the most, but
I sketch faces the most with that.
Gotcha.
Because then it just blends right in. Yes, I mean, I do have this one. Let's see what's in here.
I'm surprised the hot pink one wasn't just a little nub. Oh, okay. Well,
I mean,
that tracks.
There's some stacking happening here.
That's kind of funny, though. That is very indicative of what ones you use the most. There was one upside down. Can you please fix that?
No.
Bring it back.
You
bring
have
it
to live
back.
in
Bring
horror.
it back. Bring it
Horror
back. I'm just going to have to
stories.
fix that.
Okay, I'm just going to give it to you. Stay over there. Don't come near me.
I have to fix it.
Okay. So anyway, this one is the skincare collection, and it is a lot of neutrals, like skin tones, light to dark.
There.
That's better. You're right. Put that over there now.
Got it.
But my original Jane pencils have been moved like 30 times, no joke, because I took them with me to hotel living. So the cores are kind of cracked in the original one. These ones are more okay, still cracked. These ones have been great. Also, the leads on these ones are way thicker, which is very nice. Also, I will be using some Prismacolors. I don't know. I just pulled that on my pencils. We'll see what's gonna happen. We're gonna see what's gonna happen.
So you have a bunch of people here. Zandra,
hey,
Trisha,
a bunch of people.
Noah,
Oh my gosh. Hey,
Jenna's on the
everyone.
phone with
Hi.
Steph,
Oh my
Ann
God. There
helping
is
you.
so much going on.
Denise.
Hello, everybody. Today's snack, before Rocky so rudely interrupts me, why do you have your mouth open? What's happening?
I was just reading comments, and I can't read without having my mouth wide open.
So we've got Tony's Chocolonely's. Now, I've heard people pronounce it Chocolonely.
Probably because they're not reading it.
But it says Tony's Chocolonely.
Well,
and I thought these were British, but they are not.
Great.
They're made in Belgium. Well, it's because people that I watch on British vlogs, English vlogs, UK vlogs, I'm that general area.
The girth of these is like Charlie in the Chocolate Factory chocolate
Well, and
bar.
it does say to check out the inside when you open it. It's like, check the inside of this wrapper.
This one is chocolate caramel sea salt. May I open this one?
Yeah, we'll start with that one. We'll start with that one. I'll just put the plain milk chocolate aside. All right.
God, I guess if I have to have Belgium chocolate tonight.
Shush.
Okay, go ahead.
So I've had people. So I've been doing a lot of drawings for the mermaid stuff in Jane's Facebook group, doing the prompt lists and whatnot. And I've had a lot of people talking about all the buzz. I've had some people asking me about how I use colored pencils. I know I've done colored pencils on here before, but there are some new people that maybe have not seen it. Rocky just showed me inside of the wrapper. There's a lot going on.
We don't really need to read all that right now. They take
it's
care
a
of
good
the planet.
cause.
They take care of the planet.
Well, it's like, and then
people.
Yeah. So anyway, I use different colored pencils differently. So with the skincare magic wands, I like to build up layers. I color lightly over and over with different colors and slowly build that up. And then with Prismacolors, I tend to start off dark and just work my way to light. Although I did just try that with these ones and it worked really well. Rocky's just having a whole process over there getting the chocolate bar open. Oh, it's tinfoil. How do I do it?
I thought it would open up nicely, but it didn't. Oh,
Burning me off the pace of that. So anyway, I just do dark to light. Oh, that's just fancy, isn't it? I like that. Anyway, so they work like that. So I might try something like this tonight after I eat this chocolate, of course. And we're at the tail end of a heat wave.
Yes.
It was probably like 80 degrees in our upstairs.
I don't know if this is going to play back very well, but we went outside for just a moment to watch the lightning. And we were like, oh, that's so fun. So we're sitting there watching it. This happened. Bear with.
literally sounded like a gunshot going off next to my ear.
It felt like a gunshot going here.
Freaked me out. And then I started laughing. And then the car alarms were going off. Okay. So I have also had people ask me to focus on eyes. So I thought, kill two birds with one stone, draw some eyes with colored pencils. Now, I might do some larger ones, which aren't going to look the same as when I draw the small ones in the Davenport group because there's less detail in the small ones, but they still get that like watery-eyed look, which I think is what people are wanting me to do, like the glassy-eyed thing. What's this little half
It's just
smirk?
funny because Jenna, our site moderator, our channel moderator, she's on her husband's phone, Noah, who usually just leaves snarky comments. So it's just funny to see Noah leaving comments like, "Hi, Sandra. Hi, Trisha."
Yeah. That's funny. Okay, so normally I like to do thick, heavy black eyelashes. So I will save the black for the end. I know. It looks weird until you start adding that in, but we'll get there. So I'm going to pull out some like browns, some beiges, some peachy tones. I do like to use the purples in my shading. A lot of times you can't even tell there's purple in it. Like it kind of gets mixed in. I also really like this pinky purple. And obviously some pink because, hello, do you watch the channel? What else?
And says she's been at the pool yesterday and today. It's been so hot.
I would go to the pool if I was more secure with my body and not afraid to share, water with a bunch of other people.
Although I will say we wanted to get some sunlight just for vitamin D content today. So I got in like the shortest shorts I could make out of my old jeans. Took my top off and walked outside, and Kimball and I are just standing in our backyard awkwardly. Like we have nothing to sit down in. So it's literally just us sitting in this empty backyard, just standing there, like kind of spinning around slowly.
I think we made the most of it.
If I was a neighbor watching, I would have definitely taken pictures and been laughing.
I hope it gets posted to Hamden neighbors. Like
I better go viral on TikTok.
Wow. Two dudes standing in the backyard. I don't think that's going to go viral. And if it does, that's really sad. There is another brown. Oh, maybe this is a darker brown. All right.
Okay.
Uncle? Right. So,
by the way, hi everyone. Hope you've been having a great week. Let us know what you've been up to in the comments. And as you work, Kimball.
I think those are a little too salty for me. I think I'm going to be more of a plain chocolate kind of guy.
Shall we open the other one?
Honestly, why not?
I like that they break off in random chunks. Like this is the size of that chunk. Okay.
All right. Now, being the, good person that I am, responsible, not good. I'm good. I didn't take pictures. These are pretty eyes. Pretty eyes. I can use references. We'll see how it goes. I love drawing eyes like that, but then I add a highlight. It's that like dead eye. I kind of joke about it when I draw it. Then you add the highlight in it till it comes alive. And I just use it for reference. And I don't draw lashes like that because I'm not going for realism in my artwork. So basically, I'm just making up a bunch of excuses, if it doesn't turn out. Now you know why. And there's reasons.
Understood.
Okay. Loosely using it as a reference. So we're just drawing the basic shape. And I'm drawing a lot bigger than I normally would, obviously, because I want you to be able to see it. And don't worry about sketch lines, because we're going to be adding lots of other layers. And then just because she has a blue eye, and the colors, I might dig into the other pencils too, but because there's not like vibrant like yellows and vibrant greens and stuff, because this is a skin tone collection basically. So there are more muted colors, but there is a muted blue.
All right, I'm opening the plain chocolate here.
All right, so we'll get that. Add a little bit of shading. Usually, see how like the outer rim of the eye is usually darker? Like mine's usually darker. So I usually just draw that darker. And I'm going to eat this chocolate.
Okay, so I had no idea that Tony Chocolonely's whole mission was that basically right now there's slavery on cocoa farms in West Africa because of the unequally divided cocoa chain. And so they started this company to change all of that. I had no idea that that was happening in West Africa.
No, you do.
Not that I'm a big eater of chocolate in general, but that's just so sad.
Well, I think we should eat more chocolate and support them.
Okay.
You said okay.
Cut to me sitting on the sofa weighing 20 pounds more.
By the end of the week.
I'm doing what I can.
Mm-hmm. All right, so now we have like the nice little sketch. I'm gonna add in some purpley to like the crease of her eyelid, like right in here. And the purple and the peachy, like tan colors kind of turn bruisey and it just kind of looks like a shadow. And just kind of fade that line out. Add some little shadowies in here. You can even use the purple to shade in like the whites of the eyes. You can do lots of different colors for shading in eyes, by the way. You can do blues, which make the eyes, like the whites, look whiter. I like to do creams. It looks a little more what's the word? Cohesive, I guess, when you use lots of different skin tones like beiges and browns. And then using cream in the eye also just helps it blend in.
Missy says, hello, beautiful peeps.
Hello, gorgeous.
Jenna says that they've been packing and not packing since they're moving and not moving.
That sounds like fun.
Noah's kids at the school took the standardized test and they all killed their test. That's good.
Nice. Hold on real quick. I'm just adding this. See how it's like kind of purpley? Normally I don't pay attention to this kind of thing, but since I am using a reference, I'm adding just a touch of the purples.
It's like, I don't know, I just need to put something under that because it's...
well, it's not covering the actual
There
eye.
we go.
I did that for you.
Thank you.
All right. Anyway, so shading in some of this purpley color. It's probably going to get covered up, so you're not going to actually see it. But again, working with light layers, and we're just going to keep building up. Also, I'm working in the Smooth Operator art journal.
Smooth Operator. Missy says, the stream is great for me since I always need to improve drawing eyes. I have problems drawing eyelashes.
Well, this is the wrong stream for you because I don't like drawing lashes. Okay, that works.
I just need to.
I will draw lashes on this just because it is a bigger eye, but normally I clump the lashes and then I'll kind of flick out a few standout lashes. If you could just, you have one job.
Sorry, I just want to make sure we can see it a bit better. There we go.
So now I'm taking a darker brown. I'm going to work just around the eyelid or the eye shape. Just because I kind of blocked in my shapes and I like them. I like where everything got placed. So I'm just coming in now with the brown and like defining them more, making them a little more permanent.
And just in case you're wondering, we actually keep Kimball's camera on manual focus while we're filming because all the times I put it on automatic focus, it jumps quite a bit and also overheats the camera because of that processing, I think, that it's doing.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why we have to move things a bit manually during the live stream. It's just to keep it running.
We just really like to keep y'all on your toes.
Absolutely.
Adding some brown into this. Again, very light layers. Go a little darker in here. And I'll probably use like more of a peachy color because this isn't too dark right there, but I do want to get the underside of the eyeball lid.
I just want to pluck right here. I'll pluck that one.
You can't. It's there forever.
Let me get my tweezers real quick.
You just stay over there. If you come back with tweezers, we're going to have a talk later. Weirdo.
Just 1 second. I can get it.
See, now, if you could actually make something... You did it!
Oh,
wow.
See,
You're so good at what I do. Anyway, we sure do have fun, don't we, Rock?
Subscribe for more content.
I'm gonna grab a little bit of a gray for the ads. Also, I think a lot of people like the depth that I get in the eyes because I shade the whites. I think a lot of people don't shade the whites of the eyes, or they shade them just a tiny, tiny bit, and so you don't really get that depth. So that does help, especially when you add the highlights on top of it.
That Johnny Depp. Trisha says, okay, I give up. I had to go to the kitchen and get some chocolate and it's midnight.
Well, I approve. And, when we're there, we're going to help you with the chocolate. I'm going to add a little more. I'm sorry. Am I boring myself?
Have you been watching Lion King?
Oh my gosh. I'm adding a little more pink richness to the eye. And you can also add pink for shading. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared. We like color. We did watch the Chip and Dale movie, which was...
The cartoon movie.
Yeah, which was... Oh, yeah, well, the Disney one.
If there was a movie about Chippendales and dancers, I think we would have also watched that. But yes,
Probably. Just adding a little more color.
And how was it?
It was cute. I mean, not my favorite, but it was definitely fun seeing all of the really random cameos from all the different cartoon characters. And the ugly Sonic made an appearance, which I thought was hilarious.
I was dying. They had references to so many cartoons. I was like, how are they getting away with this right now?
Because Disney owns everything.
Apparently.
All right, and then I'm going to take just this peachy, not this peachy color, maybe like a yellowy color.
Noah says they got vignettes for breakfast.
Beignets.
Beignets. That tracks more.
So this was very peachy, so I'm just doing a thin layer of yellow over it. And I am going to dig into my Prismacolors for like some bluey greens for the eyes. Bluey greens for the eyes. Let's do turquoise. Just for Noah. We'll see how this goes. Plus, I just like turquoise and like orangey browns together. And
Is it because they're complementary?
for the most part, yes. I'm not going to worry about highlights because I'm going to add those in with a paint pen. But there, right now I'm drawing the shadow. It's not there because there's a flash in this image. So I'm doing overhead lighting, and it's casting a shadow from her eyelid onto her eyeball, and that's what that is. And then that is her pupil. And I do want to add like a little yellow in this because I do love a little yellow mixed in. Canary yellow. But I do want, let's get some other colors here. Let's get some greens.
Noah says to attack that like button like it dishonored your ancestors.
Oh my gosh. All right, I'm gonna also grab the pale aqua. Or is this what? Yeah, light aqua. I'm gonna go over the dark color just to help marry those colors a little bit. Oh, first, I do like to drag out the color a little bit from the top.
And just ease it off.
Yeah. And then I can also do that around this edge, so the edge of the eye isn't so like defined, so prominent, or whatever. I don't know what the word is. I'm a teacher. Not really. This is why I don't do tutorials. I can't explain myself.
Karen says, hi.
Oh, hey.
Hey, Karen.
And welcome. All right. Now we can add this lighter turquoisey in and just kind of blend that out because the light will be hitting the bottom of the eye more. And, ooh, I forgot I had this green one. Let's just throw in some of this green.
Just whatever you have on hand. This is like the leftovers eyeball. It's whatever you have in the fridge.
And then we're going to throw in some yellow. And then I'm going to go back in with my darkest turquoise. I'm not used to this paper also. I'm noticing that as I'm working on it right now, there are things that are a little different.
Such as?
When I press hard, it like flattens out the texture.
Oh, interesting.
So I don't know if you can tell on camera, but like this part of her eye is very dark, whereas this isn't.
It's because you've gotten rid of all the texture.
Right. Which I didn't. And it like happens kind of quickly.
Which is funny because some people might actually want that look and some people might not.
And I'm one of those that don't really like the texture.
So press hard, Kimball.
Yep. But I wasn't really expecting it, so like it flattened out kind of in a weird spot. But that's all right. And then I'm going to take the lighter one and just work.
Uh-oh, Noah's starting to get spam from his new lawnmower.
I'm sorry.
I'm starting to get spam from thoughts I have that I don't even verbalize, so that's interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. And just plop that yellow in the middle. All right, so now I've got a nice solid eye. And if you want, I don't really ever do this, but if you want, you can add like these little, you know.
Striations.
Yeah, those lines in the eyes that people have. I never do it. Mostly because I don't draw large eyeballs.
But if you did.
I mean, it helps. But Again, I don't like going for realism in my artwork, so that's just a personal preference. But now that I've done the eyes super dark, I can come in, like the whites now just look really white. So I'm going to knock them back just a bit. And I'm just doing it around the edges because I want, think of it like as a ball, you know? So like the front of it, even though there's a pupil right there, the whites are still in the front and you don't want them to be dark. You want the light to be hitting that part. So just darken around the edges.
Light it like a sphere.
Oh my God. Like, you should be doing this, Rookie.
I'm good at simplifying statements that are long-winded.
Well,
It's part of my job.
I'm not good at talking and drawing.
You're doing great.
Oh, thank you. I believe you now.
These chocolate bars are like somewhat dangerous because they don't feel like they're filling me up, and I feel like I could get through this entire thing. And it's huge.
Why don't you share?
You don't like this one.
Give me a chocolate. Still, honey, have me a chocolate bar.
Oh my God.
Okay.
That has to be one of my top 10 movies. I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
A League of Their Own. Let me know, you guys, in the comments. Have you seen A League of Their Own? Do you agree? Is it a good movie?
It is a good movie.
Would you put it in your top 10?
I grabbed a dark red because I want to oomph up this a little bit.
I still think it's creepy how much the actress at the beginning of the movie and at the end looked like and sounded like, I mean, obviously it was a voiceover of Gina Davis, but it did look a lot like her.
Uh-huh.
Jenna says, aren't they remaking it? Why would they? Only if Madonna's in it again. But with her current style.
Okay, so I'm going to just add some black lashes. So I like to do a thick line. I am not drawing individual lashes. I'm kind of one of those people that's like, I don't like drawing realistic because, I mean, we have so many photos that just look so realistic, you know?
I will only accept a remake if they bring this version of Madonna back in. Okay, fine.
Take it away. I'm going to darken in, I'm using this is like a dark reddish brown color. Well, I just broke it. So I'm going to switch to this one.
Life is a mystery.
Everyone must stand alone. Just darkening in some shadowy stuff here. And then I want to...
No, Jenna says it's going to be an Amazon series. You know what? I can get behind a series. Why not? Is John Lovitz going to be in it, please?
I wonder if it's going to be like a continuation or like a different story set in the same time. I mean, I don't really care, I guess. Because will I watch it? Probably not. All right, we're done with the phone.
We did watch Heartstopper on Netflix.
Yeah.
And I liked it.
I liked it.
It was very well done. I'm not going to go crazy about it, but I did love it.
I'm going to add some black into the eye just for the shadowy part. Deepen it up just a little bit.
In his usual format, Noah says, for those of you just joining, tonight, Cabbage is drawing a female shellfish.
I mean,
we never quite know if he's on a ball or on a roll or having a stroke. We're never quite sure, but we just assume he's fine.
We love the mystery.
And, you know, he's been timed out by his wife, Jenna, so. Thanks for coming, Noah. See you in 300 seconds.
All right, so now that we have that lash line, actually, I'm going to thicken it up. Usually when I do like the smaller eyes, I'll just thicken it up and I'll kind of blur it out and it looks like makeup. And then I bring some lashes out of that. You can also think of the eyes like an orange, like if you take the peel off, you know, you got the lids. It's very hard to screen. I don't know. I'm just saying, it was one of Jane's workshops, online workshops, and she went into great detail about like the shape of the eye. And she had like some great physical things that she was using. Like little models. It was good. It was good. It's good stuff. So I guess I'm gonna draw some lashes. Her lashes are just all over the place. And lashes like dip down. The reason I don't like doing it also is because I don't like dipping down in front of the eye and then going back off. Like I don't like covering up my artwork, but whatever.
You said earlier that you don't do lashes a lot, but you actually do lashes in all your pieces.
I'll usually do like a fuzzy black blurry edge, and then I'll do a couple lashes coming out of it.
Oh, okay.
But like this that I'm doing now, no. Like I don't enjoy doing individual lashes.
Well, you need to do it anyway because it's a tutorial and you're teaching people.
Is it a tutorial, or am I just like teaching them how I do my stuff?
It's the Kimball tutorial.
It's the the
Kim-torial.
This is the I do it like this. If you like it,
subscribe.
Like and subscribe. But basically, it's like a dip down and then a flick up. And I mean,
Trisha says she's been watching 10% on Amazon Prime. It's a series about a talent agency, and she's really enjoying it.
Ooh, nice. All right, so now that we have like those lashes in, I just don't like them. They look weird to me. Like I can't pull it off very well. Also, I just don't like doing it. And I'm gonna add some more black just because I think that looks better. Anyway, this person has like crazy lashes.
She does. Well, she uses that thing. What are they called? That like crimps your eyelashes that scare me.
The eyelash curler?
The eyelash curler. What a funny name that has.
Or she probably uses Latisse.
That too.
Anyway, the lashes just curl out. There's like a little... I never draw it. Let me try and emphasize it though. So there's like a little ledge that your lashes actually grow out of, for the most part. I mean, no, not all of them, but mostly they come out near this ledge.
We're really getting photo real here.
No, we're not. But yeah, so I'm basically just drawing them like that.
Did you bring up the fact that Kino, what's the name of the art brand?
Kohinoor?
Kohinoor reached out to you?
No, I did not.
We'll go ahead and talk about that. That's something to talk about.
Well,
Fun!
They reached out to me, and I said, I will get back to you. I'm in the middle of moving. And they said, awesome. We want to work with you in the future.
They've been liking and reposting some of his work that's not even their art supplies.
Yeah.
So he's been using like Prismacolor, Jane Davenport, and they've been putting it on their page.
I'm like, kind of. But I mean, I think their pencils work the best for when I use the Gamsol. Like, and it melts the colors. I think that works the best. All right, she's got some lashes. We're happy with that. What pen is this? I just grabbed a paint pen. And paint pens usually lay on top of colored pencil really well.
This is a water-based, is that right?
Yeah, this is a Sharpie water-based paint pen. You can also use like, Jane has the pinpoint paint pens. There's also...
Pinpoint paint pen, they're just fun to say.
And there's also the Posca paint pens. Anyway, so you can see in the reference, she just has like a little dot. That's not going to cut it. Okay,
That
no.
is not a Kimball
We
piece.
live in a world of, I have magical highlights in my eyes.
Yes, that's how you bring them to life. I'm just gonna. You want another piece of chocolate?
Obviously.
There you go.
Did you already eat all of yours?
No, I'm good here.
Oh, okay. Chocolate everywhere. So right here is a little water line, which is where, a lot of water sits. So that's why we highlight that a lot. And then, this is hard to describe. So you have the eyelid, and it's casting a shadow, but just beyond that shadow is where the light's going to hit it hardest, which is where your highlight is going to be. So basically, just draw your highlight where the shadow that you drew earlier, if that makes sense.
And normally when Kimball's drawing a piece, he can just do like single lines because his eye's a lot smaller, but he has to kind of beef it up now.
Yeah.
It makes such a huge difference when you add the highlights.
Right. It doesn't look as good when it's big, though, to me anyway.
Well, here, no problem, Kimball. I got you. Done.
And then you can like add in little highlights above, in between the lashes. If it's a dark picture, you can add some light highlights, or like highlights on the eyelashes, like where the light might be hitting it. There's all sorts of things you could do.
Oh my god, fun. Experimentation?
So that's kind of like a big version of my eye, or of eyes that I like to draw anyway. I don't like that dark line in there, so we're just doing that now.
We get the idea.
She's on the verge of crying. All right. There's an eye.
Yay, an eye for an eye.
Oh. Was that the Ashley Judd movie?
I don't know.
It was a good one. So all
Double
these,
Jeopardy?
Oh yeah, that was a good one. But no, that's no eye for an eye. Is it her? Is it?
Is that Kristen Stewart's eye? Because she looks annoyed, like Kristen Stewart would be.
I don't know. But these eyes are fun to draw. Like, I'm just gonna do this one really quick. We're gonna see what happens.
Yeah, speak through it, Kimball.
So now that you've got the gist, I'm starting off with black, which I normally don't ever do. But it's fine. It'll add a bit of sketchiness to the piece.
Zandra says, looks great.
Oh, wait, thank you, Zandra.
Anne says, so your light line follows the line of the top eyelid. Your light line follows the line of the top eyelid.
Like this.
It's right below the shadow.
Yeah, it's right below that shadow. So it will follow the same shape as
the shadow.
Well, as the top eyelid.
Yeah.
The curve, yeah.
Assuming that your light source is coming from above.
Which in my world it always is. I mean, you can make the highlights wherever you want, honestly. Like, for all we know, she's in a room with 30 different lights and, 3 of them are hitting her eye.
I feel like the way you highlight an eye is also like, you can change that up depending on what you want your personal style to be at any moment. Because like, even if your light source is coming from somewhere else, you can really change the highlights on the eyes to be whatever you want because the light source can be different shapes and different sizes.
Yes. Go on. Tell me more.
That's all I got.
Oh, well, you did good.
Kimball and I are having long discussions about like what Kimball's YouTube channel is going to be. And like, do we want to do a vlog about moving to England and have like a separate channel about like, being an American living in England and all this stuff. And we cannot decide what we want to do. So.
Yeah. I mean, obviously art will always be a part of it. I just don't know what I want to do. But I want some, well, that might be too bright of a yellow. Let's take a little ochre color. I'm just doing a quick eye because I wanted to.
Cindy says it looks like it's glowing. Love it!
Oh, thanks.
Jenna says, looks great.
Thanks. And then we'll use like this purpley color. This is more so how I do like the eyes when I'm shading like smaller pieces. I just kind of scribble it in pretty quickly. The scribble lines are always very effective. Just gonna throw that out there.
The thing about drawing an individual item like eyes and like practicing them is like, if you go into it thinking, I don't care if it fails, like you just keep going. And you can also just start with different colors and do different like shapes, different like ways of doing your pupils. Like you could just do so many different things to get used to see what you actually like doing.
Right.
Because like Kimball's showing you how he likes to do it, but
yeah, use any colors, use any shape, use any highlight.
Because I think some people like when you do like, for instance, when you go into your finished pieces and start adding like bright highlights and like neon colors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I feel like that might scare some people off because they are thinking, oh, this piece looks so good. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull that off. But if you do that on smaller studies like this, it's less of a feeling of like, oh, I'm going to ruin this entire piece.
Or even like using stencils and stamps.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, those make it really easy. And I think that's actually how I got a little bit braver, to be honest. Because I never used them until, Jane made some. Obviously, I know, I love Jane stuff. But yeah, I started using a lot of her stamps, and I was like, wow, this is really great for practicing colors. And I don't feel anything if I ruin it. Because I'm like, I just restamp it.
Jenna says yes to a vlog, but a separate channel. That's exactly what I'm thinking.
It's so much work. Rocky.
You can edit them, right, Kimball?
I mean, they won't be as good, but yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Who knows? Maybe I'll be super motivated to just work 24 hours a day once we get there.
If you could just do something, that would be great. No, I'm just kidding. Obviously. I do love that, like, this little pack of Janes, you can't really go wrong with mixing the colors. Like, they all go really well together. So, good job, Jane. And, yeah, so there's that eye. And then...
Noah says you should do a Kimball vlog.
That sounds tedious, too. But, yeah. Look, I highlight thingies. I always like to do a highlight in the pupil and then a highlight that goes over the iris part into the whites to kind of break up that line. Mm-hmm. And I just did the same highlight pattern that I did up above. You can also add a little bit up there. Just...
How long did it take you to get to this point doing eyes? Like how many iterations of like? Can you do me a favor and just draw like how you used to draw eyes?
Like when? How far back we
in
talking?
The day? Like simplistic. Like how did you start off? Because I want people to see like where you went from to where you are now.
I mean, that's kind of hard and a little unfair because I did teach myself to draw from comic books. So like Michael Turner was a huge influence on me, and he would draw eyes like over the top, gorgeous, very, very, very thick lashes. And also in the comic book world, like you draw lashes just like this.
Right. Which I think you still do sometimes.
Yeah, especially when I do really small pieces. And then, you know, you would draw the highlight in there, draw the pupil, just something like that. And then I wouldn't shade it or anything because I would color it on the computer.
Mm.
And then eyelid. And then some sort of dramatic eyebrow. You know, it's something like that, but it would be like in mechanical pencil, which doesn't look as, you know, fluid.
Because in the comic world, like if you, for those of you who aren't like as versed in it, basically typically the artist will do pencil ink. Sometimes they'll not even do the inking. So like you'll have someone doing the main sketch illustration. They might ink it, or they might have an inker do it, and then they'll have a colorist come in and color the piece. And so these are generally like separated jobs because they have to output so much work.
Right.
So it's not that like these artists can't do all that work. It's just the fact that for how much
there's so much that needs to get done in a very short amount. I mean, when you're doing like 20 to 30 pages a month,
right,
that's a lot.
And Kimball used to be a colorist for doing comics, so he used to like actually
very simple work.
He used to actually do that. Well, he says simple work, but literally it was not simple, and it was incredible. But whatever.
Well, I mean, okay, simple in the fact that it wasn't like it was like a page here, page there. I guess at like Briar Hollow, I did a lot.
Yeah,
but I mean, I wasn't really on a schedule. I'm just adding some colors to show that you can take that little sketch to a different look by just rendering it out a little. I have a little blue in the wall.
And Kimball used to be very into digital art, and a lot of it was because he was doing so much of his coloring on the computer. So he was so used to doing, you know, sketching on paper, scanning it, inking it on the computer, coloring it on the computer. And so when you go through our house, most of the artwork that we have hanging up is digital art that he did that we printed out.
Yeah, that's true. That is so true.
But then he met Jenna and his whole world changed. Thanks, Jenna.
I became a little poorer because I buy so much art stuff now. Anyway, so, you know, you could take that little sketch, render it out a little bit, and have a totally different look.
But you can also, if you're just trying to get the eye shape down, you can just start with graphite. Like you can do one step at a time, right? Like you don't have to do colors right away. You can just like figure out what shapes do I like? How do I like to do the
This was like my pencil of choice in high school. And basically, so drawing the same eye, but it's just in pencil. And eyes all have different shapes, so I usually just draw like an almondy shape eye, but like you do you. Thick lash line, and then again, just down here, you just do something like that, and then fill it in. And then we'll draw her looking at you. And that's like a little highlight, then a pupil. And then this is that shadow cast by her eyelid. So, you know, something like that. And then you could draw, like J. Scott Campbell, he draws very round, pretty eyes, like innocent eyes.
Innocent eyes.
Depending on his character, I mean, depending on the character, really, but he does, a lot of his characters remind me of Taylor Swift. But anyway, so if you're going to draw a rounder eye, you just do it like that. The eyelid won't show as much. And then again, you just take this and you just add some lashes. And I did a little break right here just because it's such a like opened eye that like drawing the full circle might look a little weird. So I broke her top and bottom lashes apart.
Makes sense.
And then since the eye like is so big, I draw the actual like iris bigger too. Otherwise it kind of looks weird.
Well, and some people like equate beauty with having large eyes as well. So it's like
those big doe eyes.
Right.
Yeah, so
Not that that's true, but
so there's that. And then usually, you know, she would have more of an innocent eyebrow. Not so arched or anything. Let's see. What else?
Jane Davenport's on. She says, "Oh, caught the live. Hello, Kimball. Hello, Rocky."
Oh my god, hello, gorgeous. Okay, seriously, like everyone is Jane, and I constantly talk about her all the time because you know how much I love her. And I always get like a little camera shy.
Calm down.
I always get a little camera
Calm
shy
down.
when she's on.
Well, that's all. That's all. Now you have to do a full piece. Ready to go.
Oh well, let's bust out all the stuff.
Actually, one second. I just want to come in here real quick and get this a bit closer so people can see.
Oh, I was gonna draw an eye from like a 3/4 view.
Oh, okay. Well, get on it.
Well, I don't know what you're doing.
Well, you're fine. I'm just going to take this down and film it.
Oh, okay. So I will probably. Oh, we're moving around the
We're
room.
moving around. Yep.
This is very music video. So now I'm so nervous.
Are you now? Here,
Yeah, all up in my business.
So I just wanted to see, so you guys can kind of see that. There we go. There's one. You get out of the shadows here.
Let me just have a bite of chocolate.
There we go. All right. So what are you going to draw now?
Since these are all kind of like looking. As I'm like tracking down a big chunk of chocolate. Thank you. I'm gonna draw a 3/4 eye because these are all just kind of eyes that are looking at you.
Okay, got it.
So when you do a 3/4 view, the eye kind of rounds out. So one eye, the eye that's closest to you will still be a little more oval shaped, I guess is the word. Whereas the one looking away kind of squishes and turns more round.
Okay.
I don't know, that's how I picture it in my mind. So I'm gonna draw. Here's a forehead, indentation for the eye socket, cheekbone thingy, side of face. Here's the eyebrow. Is it upside down?
Yes, here. Is that better?
Probably. I mean, I'm not watching it, but I assume if people want to see it, right?
Yes, there you go.
Okay, so come down like that. Nose, nostril. Looks like a man's nose. Okay. So the bridge of the nose and whatnot kind of hides some of the eye. So you just kind of do it like that. And then this one, you're still going to see this one. This eye right here is kind of like that one up there.
Okay.
So you got the little tear duct. Comes up. And that's how I do it. And then I'm just getting black, so it's probably a little easier to see. Thicken up that upper line. I'll just kind of do the same thing to each eye so you can see what I'm doing and how it looks on both eyes. And then lashes out. Oh my god, it reminds me of Laces Out.
Oh my god, from Ace Ventura.
Yeah.
Wow, that's an oldie.
And then on this side, kind of thicken up that lash line. Then we just drag a couple out. Come around the bottom. Drag some out. Oh, that looks very like I trimmed all my lashes to the same length.
It's a look. If you're in Cirque du Soleil.
And you should probably check comments too.
Oh yes, I will do that. Here we go.
You're very busy over there.
No, Jane says they're on Flood Watch again.
Again? Y'all need a break. That is not good. I'll make sure you take everything off HGHQ. Like
She says watching eyes be born is way better than listening to nonstop rain.
Oh.
All right.
Well, that makes me happy.
Here, I'm gonna put this back up so you guys can. I'll read the comments. Sorry, my bad.
Look, now I'm getting all involved with like drawing a full piece.
Sorry for the earthquake.
The earthquake.
Yeah, moving the camera around.
I was like, was there an earthquake too? What is that world coming to?
All right. Let me see what else is happening.
Now I'm all concerned. I'm like, are they going to get floods in the UK like when we go there? Like,
it's very possible. Well, please stay safe, Jane.
Yeah.
And
although, like, I mean, Jane's pretty fortunate that she gets to live like up in a treehouse, basically, from what I can tell.
Jane has a question. She says, "Random question for Kimball: semicolon or colon. Did you go to handmade watercolor store in Florence/Italy, and what was it?"
Yes, I did, and it was called Zecchi, and it was
amazing.
It was really cool. I think they're over here actually. I've been packing a lot of stuff, so I'm not sure what all I have. I think these might be them. Yeah, these are the ones that I got.
On camera now. There we go.
So yeah, the store is called Zecchi. It's Zecchi Firenze, or Florence Zecchi Firenze. I'm not sure how they would say that, but yes, I didn't know if I was gonna like them because I had never purchased handmade watercolors before. But yes, I bought their watercolors. So I only bought 4. Regrets. I would buy so much more if I was there again. I'll be back.
Exactly.
And then I also bought a few pads of like handmade paper that they made. And I keep it in this beautiful little tin that used to have chocolates. Distracted. All right. Let's give her brown eyes. What color of eyes? Blue eyes.
Every time we go to a new city in Europe, we try to buy art supplies from a company that makes art supplies in that area. So whether it's handmade or whether it's like a store that sells them in bulk.
Yeah, like Kuinor. I was gonna buy them actually in Hartmouth, I think so you pronounce it. Bought it
Which
in
is the city they make them.
Yeah, we drove literally like right under there's like the factory, and then there's a bridge that goes over the freeway to like another part of the factory, or maybe it's a store. We were tempted, but I was like, let's just go. And then we probably should have gone there just because the people that helped us in Prague were not the kindest. One was very nice. We went to 3 different stores. The first 2 stores, they were awful. They were so mean. But the third store, the lady was wonderful. Anyway, so I'm just using indigo blue to do the outside. And then I'm just going to do this to make the highlight. To draw on a highlight. What's up?
I'm just touching the focus so it doesn't keep changing.
Oh, gotcha. And I'm just going to use the blue. It looks like she's going like wonky-eyed. But I'm going to use the blue for her pupils as well. And then just blend it out from the edges. This one on the other side of the nose is going to be a little bit darker all around just because it's more in shadow.
Shadow, my shadow, my shadow. So 17 is coming out with a new album on the 27th, and they just released their teaser, which is like a medley of all the songs that they're doing. And we're very excited.
But I am kind of annoyed because they're going on world tour. We're not going to be here, and they're doing a show in DC and in New York, or in Newark, and in New York, actually. And we're not going to be here for any of those shows.
But they're going to announce a European version of it, so we'll probably go to that one. And it's going to be amazing.
It had better be. Anyway, I'm going to use some gray to shadow in this side. Now, this one you can be a little more, like you don't have to make it so rounded looking like the whites just because it's in shadow. And then this side will have a little more shape to it. I always feel like I have to say like in my world because it's not always the truth. That's just how I like to do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I picture it.
It's your truth.
It is my truth. Use a little bit of rich skin, darken up the whatever it's called, that tear duct. And then I'm all tempted to color her face in, but I don't think I will. I think we'll do some shadowing on this side.
Why don't you just finish her? What's wrong with you?
Don't tell me what to do, because it takes forever.
Oh.
Like
it takes forever to art.
Just like colored pencils, doing a full piece of colored pencils,
gotcha.
it takes a long time for me to like layer it up and do it. So I'm just doing some basic. Well, here we'll give her some lippy. Just color in some lips there.
Once you pop, you can't stop, Kimball. Okay, it's like Pringles.
So true. I haven't had Pringles in ages. Oh, don't look so worried. Here, smile. There we go.
She's upset because she found out Pringles really aren't potato chips. They're just potatoes that have been ground down and mixed with water and then flattened into this little like.
Well, when you describe it like that, yum.
Mm-mm-mm.
All right. Ooh, actually, we'll add a little. Look, now I'm okay. We're gonna do a little.
Yeah,
more.
if you could, thank you.
I'm gonna add some pink to those cheeks. Pinky to the lips.
Kimball, what's your favorite thing about using colored pencils?
The control. I like having
just
control.
like our relationship.
Excuse me.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
But are you? All right. And then what color is this? Deep contour gorgeous. So the darkest shadow for me would be right on the other side of the nose and on the outside of the cheek. And then I just kind of have them meet in the middle. So like I don't go so dark in the center there. And then Make sure my white's clean. Just do a little white in the middle just to soften it up, make it a little creamy.
Jane says they are planning an escape to Italy. That will be fun.
Oh, well, let's all go.
She says we can just nip over there from London.
Ooh. That would be really fun. You know, we got to meet sometime. It has to happen.
Obviously.
I mean, I practically...
Kimball was looking at plane flights. I think we might have talked about this last week. And it's like $50 round trip to Venice.
Pounds, yeah. And then it was like 75 or something to Rome.
I mean, if we have to.
I will suffer through it.
But this was the whole reason we wanted to move to Europe in general, was just to have access to the countries in the EU. So being near an airport like Heathrow is just so, we're so grateful to be able to, and even a train, like we can get on a train and get into France very easily. So we're very excited.
That is very true. Let's just tone down that pink. Just a little bit. I know. And like now we're not even moving until like middle of July, early July, somewhere in there.
End of June, hopefully. Jane says, how nice are the pencils on the smooth operator paper? Delicioso.
They really are. I don't know what new formula this is, but also love the thicker leads, by the way. Don't know if you knew that, but I do.
Jenna says Noah bought some weird flavored potato chips. One is milkshake flavored.
What?
That's like the Bert's Everything flavored beans or whatever is it? Bertie Bott's
yeah,
or whatever
Bertie Bott's
it is.
every flavored beans.
But for potato chips.
Which that sounds really gross. But I would still try them. Don't get me wrong.
If they had one that was like French fries dipped in Wendy's Frosty, that would be fine.
Maybe.
I don't know if is Wendy's outside of the U.S. It's basically a fast food chain if you're not aware of it.
I would doubt it. I mean,
it's
here and I don't even go. We used to go like every day. We were very bad when we were young and our bodies could handle it.
Now we can't stay up past 10.
Well,
I took a nap today.
2 of them. Yeah, poor Rocky, falls asleep so quickly at night. And then I've been going to bed at like midnight and getting up at 5. Like, what is happening?
Well, there's this new thing that's happening. For the past month, I'll be starting to fall asleep on my back, and then I'll have to cough suddenly. Because apparently, the saliva doesn't
because you're gross.
Anyway, so I have to do like one big cough, and it usually wakes Kimball up right when he's on the verge of falling asleep, and then he has adrenaline going, and then he can't fall asleep.
It like gives me an adrenaline rush. I'm like, what's happening? Who's trying to murder me in my sleep? Like, so then I just sit there, and I'm just like, oh, come on. Whatever.
Sorry, baby.
I was like, Rocky, I think now I know why some people have separate rooms when they get older.
And I had a single tear.
And then you fell asleep. Anyway, enough about us and our glorious lifestyle. Our glamorous, not glorious.
It's all roses.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I'm just like going on and on and on.
Everyone's just going to ride it as long as you can, Kimball. So,
are people still watching?
Yeah, there's at least 12 people. You got 4 thumbs ups.
Oh, that's sweet. Thanks.
Don't do it for the likes, Kimball.
So like and subscribe. What do I do it for then? I do it for the love.
For the community.
I think I already said that I started doing lives for... while there was like lockdowns happening, so people could have someone to hang out with, and so I could have someone to hang out with. Really, we could all chat and do art together. And I still remember doing my first live because I thought I was doing it like secretively, and oh my god, people were like, "Cool, Kimball, what you doing?" And I like freaked out and had a panic attack. But here we are. I mean, I'm not gonna finish her, but
can you just give her Wendy's hair?
No.
Fine.
But I'm going to just give her like...
And that's all you need, really, is this... I wish my hair could just do that in the morning.
There. It just helps complete the look. Well, look, now...
and once you pop, you can't stop, Kimball.
It's true. I want to just darken in this section where the hair in the background would be.
Kimball has art OCD sometimes.
Well, it's like that time when you had to like turn that pencil around in the tin.
Yes, I agree. I used to have major OCD when I was a child.
Not me.
Low key.
Low key, major OCD. How does that even make sense?
Well, I didn't like announce it to everyone. That's why it was low key.
I think people could just look at you and be like, well, yeah.
Maybe. I didn't have that kind of awareness back then.
All right. She really feels complete.
Yay!
See how it's been like almost an hour and all I've done is drawn a couple of eyeballs?
Well, that's eye studies
Pencils
for you.
take forever, but they're so fun.
All right, let's get this off the top.
Oh, are we done?
I don't know. What else are you doing?
Well, you're popping the tops, I know.
Here's Kimball's halo. Let's get that in place. There we go.
You see my halo, halo. Who sings that song? All I know is the Glee version.
Isn't that Beyonce or something? One second.
Have I
this
ever?
Is way too dark. Here we go.
I've never listened to Beyonce. I mean, I don't own any of her things. I never put
How
a
dare
Beyonce
you.
song.
How dare you?
I'm sure I know like 3 of her songs because she's like super popular, right? Like people.
Can you sort that out later, Kimball? You've got people to talk to. Your friends are here. You can clean your room later.
What do I do, Murray? Hello, Campus. I feel like I wear this shirt way too much and I got paint on it. Now he's like
Single tear.
cry drooling or something.
Well, that's okay. That was part of us getting the house fixed up.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah. It's from us painting.
Memories.
Well, the house is sold. We're ready to move to
Yay.
England. If we could just get on that anytime.
There's still so much to do, but like we're not allowed to really pack anything. So everything is still just like in limbo. It's very weird. I don't approve.
So technically, that wall doesn't belong to us anymore. This carpet doesn't belong to us anymore. Now we're walking around this house that we're basically staying in for free until the homeowners move in. And I'm like, Kimball, don't ruin anything.
I know, I'm paranoid.
Don't break anything.
I'm paranoid to touch anything. Because if it breaks, it's not like, oh, well, we can just get to that later, like fix it whenever. No, it's like, oh my God, do we tell them or do we just fix it? We would have to tell them, but we would also have to fix it.
You can't help yourself, can you?
Well, what's the point in waiting? Everyone's got a home that they need to go to.
So what else is new with you, Kimball? What's happening?
I'm sorry, enough about my pencils, apparently. Well, I'm just racked with anxiety and nerves.
Yay! That's our Kimball.
I was looking in the mirror the other day, and the sun. We have a skylight in the bathroom, and the sun was just shining down on all of my gray hairs. I was like, oh my God! It looks like I have the finest little Christmas tinsel coming out of my head.
I have been not plucking. I used to pluck all my little chin hairs here, and now I have not been plucking it, and I have just lots of grays just coming in. Don't care.
It's not because of stress. It's because of fun and excitement.
Kimball used to have one gray hair right here that used to pluck all the time, and then he stopped, and it was like...
Very true. What was I going to say? Oh, I swear, I always have something to say, and then I just never say it. So, I was looking at the weather.
Jane says pencils are a good supply if the carpet needs to stay pristine.
That is very true.
Get those inks and those acrylics away from the carpet.
That's
Kimball.
why we have a splat mat.
That's true.
Okay.
I thought that was just for your drooling, but go ahead.
What was I gonna look?
What was it, Dan?
If you could just like stop talking.
If only you could remember.
It was like
You
really
should get a
on
little notepad and write your ideas down.
I'll never fill it. I know I've been giving a lot of hooty booty haha about like not having AC in the UK. Wipe that look off your face.
Hooty booty haha. I'm sorry, I was just taking in that statement for a moment.
It's a phrase. It'll catch on.
Yeah, everything's tickety boo.
Yeah. So, because we just went through a heat wave, right? It's been like 90 some degrees for the past 3 days. Hated it. It only cooled off to like 77 last night or something. Hated that.
Hated it.
Hated it. But then I was like, what is it like in the UK near where we're going to be living? And it's like high of 65. And I was like, oh my God, glorious. So I'm a little excited about that. Not going to lie.
Not going to lie.
So, you know what? Screw having an AC. I don't need one.
Jenna says you're reminding her that she needs to color her hair soon. It's all these grays that she's seeing.
You know, that's what I'm here for. Like, help you.
Missy says, I hope there is not a heat wave that is light. Wait. I hope there is not a heat wave that is a light summer in England for you all.
Yeah, what is a heat wave like in England? Because here, I don't know. It gets really hot in the summers. Like, I don't know. July, August, we usually get like 3 days of like 80 to 90 degrees. And then it like cools off for about 4 days where it's like 75 degrees. As long as it cools off at night, I really don't care.
Noah says that you're the world champion of mini golf. Okay, go on.
Oh, I'm very good at
I
mini
have
golf.
never played mini golf with Kimball in my life, I don't think.
I think I've only played mini golf once. That was enough. I do not enjoy the golfing. There were some other things about England that I wanted to ask. Oh, summer storms. So we had a summer storm today. It was fantastic. Like, it gets pretty windy. It has like that golden glow outside. Like, it's like the sun tries to come through, but it's not. And then it's like really dark, bulging clouds. Rocky obviously showed you the footage. And like there's so much like lightning and thunder. It was fantastic.
Sorry.
So do you get storms like that in England, like on the regular? We get them probably like at least once or twice a month, summer season.
This is basically what they look like here, just for context. I don't know if it's actually going to focus.
It's so blurry and soft.
No, maybe. I can't press all the buttons, Kim, but it really wants to be focused on your face. Well, whatever. You get the idea.
I don't know. Do we have anything else we need to talk about?
Yes, hold up the piece real quick. If we could just see what you've done.
What have you done?
Kimball. Another one for the fridge.
Not our fridge. We don't have a fridge anymore.
That's right. It's not ours. It's Alyssa's fridge.
What do we do?
Put it in your backpack and take it to Europe.
I don't want it. I want to get a Smeg fridge. I've always wanted one, and they're like $3,000. Who has the money for a Smeg fridge?
That.
You
can't afford that.
We can, but then we can't afford the food that goes in it.
Right. So I mean, we buy the fridge and then don't eat for a month. Can we do it? We can just drink water. You can go a long time without eating, I've heard. Yes. Great.
Right. That's not going to happen. But yeah, I think they're probably just as expensive over there as they are here. Anyway, do we have anything else we want to talk about?
Colorado Springs sending hearts. We've got yellow.
I was doing awesome heart stuff, and now I'm just going to eat some.
Sorry, go ahead. Hearts or chocolate, either way. Tony Chocolonely.
Love either way, man.
We have to go grab some dinner because it's now 8:02 on a Sunday.
Sunday roast. Don't wait for dinner time to get a Sunday roast in the UK.
They'll be gone.
That's what I've heard.
They'll be gone.
Get it
It's
for
a
lunch
thing.
Also, some of them I hear they hit and miss. Someone's like, "Ew, cheap, nasty dry meat," and some are like, "Oh my God, you know what you're doing." Pointers, tips. Where's your favorite place to get a Sunday roast? Okay, bye. It's really fun hanging out.
All right, give us the sign-off music.
Sunday roast. Sunday roast. Yeah, you turn it off. I got nothing left.
No, go ahead. You can do this. Do like Hungry Eyes or something.
Hungry Anna is how I thought it went when I was a kid. Everybody, see you later.